Hello and welcome you once again in this new session of history. Today, once again, we will start with the same session we have left last time. It was the India in the 18th century. In our last session, we have learned about the decline of the Mughal Empire. The successor of the Aurangzeb was so weak, then because of them, the Marathas emerged as one of the great Peshwas. But later on the third battle of Panipat, they lost and to the Britishers. And now we will start with the Bengal. Bengal was among the first province that broke away from the declining Mughal Empire. Its Mughal governor Murshid Quli Khan asserted his independence by renaming his capital city Maqshubad as Murshidabad after himself in 1707. He named his capital, he declared himself as an independent Nawab, and Maqsusabad was now known as a Murshidabad in 1717, and thereafter he began to rule as an independent ruler, playing He began to rule as an independent ruler, paying nominal allegiance to the Mughal Empire. Murshid Quli Khan is called the first independent Nawab of Bengal. He was being named as the first Nawab of Bengal. He provided an efficient administration. His land reforms helped the farmers to boost the agriculture. The successor of the Murshid Quli Khan continued as a good administrator and they transformed Bengal into a prosperous kingdom. They also snapped Bengal's nominal link with the Mughals. However, the later Nawabs of Bengal fell prey by the schemes of the British foreign policy. And finally, the rule of the last independent Nawab was Sirajud-Daulah. It was Sirajud-Daulah who lost the Battle of Plassey in 1757, and the Britishers made Mir Qasim as a puppet Nawab, and he also lost the battle war in the Battle of Buxar. In the meantime, in the northern part, Sikhs they emerged themselves and they established themselves as a great under the Sikh Guru of Guru Gobind Singh. Guru Gobind Singh he formed a military order. It was called a Khalsa. Gradually, Sikhs organized themselves into a warrior and they were known as Misls. And the head of the Misl was Misildar. And at the end of the 18th century, they got a king whose name was Ranjit Singh. He was the head of the Sukher Chakia Misl and brought all the Misaldars on the western side of the Satluj river under his control. He unified all the region under his control and he was the first ever Sikh king and he emerged a first Sikh kingdom. He became the first Sikh Maharaja. His capital was Lahore. Ranjit Singh was also known as a Sher-e Punjab. He was a very brilliant commander and able statesman. He had correct measures of might of the British, so he signed a friendship treaty, and that treaty was known as the Treaty of Amritsar. Treaty of Amritsar. Then emerged Rajputs. The Rajputs After the Aurangzeb death, Rajput states too wanted to break free from the Mughal control, and among the Rajput rulers was the Jai Singh. He strengthened his power, he expanded his army and provided his soldiers with the latest weapons. He succeeded in capturing some Mughal and the Rajput lands. Then it came the Awadh. The Awadh province of the Mughal Empire consisted mostly the Uttar Pradesh, and in 1722 Saadat Khan became the governor of Awadh under the Mughals. However, taking advantage of the Mughal decline, Saadat Khan became an independent ruler. He paid nominal allegiance to the Mughals. Awadh was wealthy kingdom as it controlled the fertile Ganga Yamuna Doab, and the early Nawabs of Awadh ruled efficiently and made a kingdom. However, the later Nawabs fell prey to the British conspiracy. And Nizam of Hyderabad. Hyderabad became a part of the Mughal Empire in 1678 during the reign of Aurangzeb, but it did not remain under the Mughal authority for long. In 1724, Kamaruddin Khan Asif Jah I, who was the Mughal governor or Nizamul Mulk, he declared himself as an independent and he founded the dynasty. His dynasty was Asaf Jahi dynasty, whose rulers were called Nizam of Hyderabad. Later on, the Nizam of Hyderabad accepted the British suzerainty, and Hyderabad under the British was declared as a largest princely state. Mysore, in the 18th century, Mysore came in the power under the two rulers, Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. Hyder Ali was one of the ablest personality. Hyder Ali died in 1782. He was succeeded by his son Tipu Sultan, who was also known as a tiger of Mysore. There were the Marathas and the Nizam of the Hyderabad. They fought a war with Tipu. This was known as an Anglo-Mysore War. Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan repulsed the British attack and succeeded in expanding their kingdom. Tipu Sultan, a patriotic ruler, he spent his life defending his kingdom against the East India Company and died for the cause. Jats also emerged during that time. It was in the early 17th century when Jats they fought with the Mughals. After initial defeats, the Jats succeeded in bringing the large territory under their control. The Jat kingdom of Bharatpur, Deeg, was the capital of this kingdom, and Maharaja Suraj Mal Singh was an illustrious Jat ruler. He was a great warrior. So now we have, in this two session, we have studied about the Marathas, their downfall, their confederacy. We have learned about the Bengal, the Rajputs, Awadh, Hyderabad, Nizams of Hyderabad, about the Hyder Ali and the Tipu Sultan of Mysore, the Sikhs, and about the Ranjit Singh Ji and Jats who fought against the Mughals. So hope you have understand this chapter. Read this chapter and follow the videos. We will once again meet in our next session. Till then, have a nice day and take care of your health.